and welcome to the Creative Hive Facebook events. You know what? We have been having so much fun doing all of these events with everyone and really getting to know some new people and meeting some really cool new people that are in our city doing really fun things. And so today we're going to meet Sheena. And Sheena, welcome so much to our Creative Hive Facebook Live. We're very excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I've been loving your series on your Facebook Live so far. So I'm very excited.
It's hard to put a topic on it because it ranges from everything to everything else. And, you know, today we're talking milk bud lactation. And so if you didn't think that was a topic we would cover, well, you were wrong. Yeah, tell us a little bit about you and, you know, kind of what got you started in this area.
Well, I've been a registered nurse in labor and delivery for the last 10 years. I still do it. I love it. I'll probably do it forever. It's so much fun. I work with such a good team. And yeah, just a couple of years ago, I just started noticing a big lack in the knowledge on infant feeding, and moms were just really lacking the confidence, and, you know, they spend a lot of time preparing for the birth. Once that's done, then baby's here, now what? And it's a really big source of stress for a lot of women. And so there's it's a pretty heated topic. There's a lot of judgment, a lot of information out there. So for new moms to sift through all of that, it's a big challenge. And so I just started looking into becoming an IBCLC.
What does that stand for?
So IBCLC is International Board Certified Lactation Consultant. There's a lot of there's several different lactation certifications out there, and they all have really positive things to share. Support, I'll say this over and over again during this, but support is the number one thing for success in breastfeeding and just parenting in general. We all need good support. But IBCLC is the highest level of education. So we have to do a minimum of 1,000 hours of actual breastfeeding teaching. And then there's an online course and then a 4-hour exam. And it's proctored globally. So it's everyone in the world takes it within the same couple of days, twice a year. And yeah, they only certify a certain number of people. We have to do ongoing education. You have to recertify every 5 years. So it's pretty intense, but it's necessary because the research and the information is always changing.
So when we talk about lactation and what new moms may not know, what are some of the first questions you usually get out of the gate?
A lot of moms just think either that it's supposed to be, because breastfeeding is natural, that it's going to just be easy and purely instinctual. And so I find it when I'm on labor and delivery, a lot of moms, if the first feed doesn't go well, which often it doesn't, then they just think, they feel defeated. They just, why isn't this happening? It's, it should just happen naturally. And it takes a lot of time and patience and encouragement. So, sorry?
Sometimes you have to work at it.
Yeah, and it's, mom and baby are both learning. Baby has a lot of reflexes that are just for feeding, and moms have their intuition, and, they do have their knowledge and everything, but it still takes work, and it just takes that time. And for a lot of people, it takes like a good 3 weeks, 6 weeks, sometimes more. And so having that support, how are you going to make it through that time till you kind of find sort of the groove? You kind of get things down.
Because my daughter's 6 now. I'm not sure if that's groove just yet. Maybe today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's never changed.
Yeah.
And that's a really good point, though, is that every mom is so different. So you're able to specialize what you talk to and consult with each mom.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Every mom, every baby, totally different. Some moms the first time around, they had the just easiest time. Second time is just challenge after challenge after challenge. And, the alternative to that, maybe they had a really hard time. They weren't able to breastfeed the first time. Second time comes and it's fine. But it's just kind of there's so many factors that play into whether breastfeeding and lactation is going to work or not. There are a lot of factors in there. So getting that right support is so important.
So what are some of the myths, let's say, that we should kind of bust down?
Well, again, that it's easy, that it's natural, it's just going to happen. That you can't take medications when you're breastfeeding. A lot of people will say, oh, I'm on this antidepressant, I can't breastfeed. You know, there are very, very few things that are contraindicated with breastfeeding. And of course, if you're on a medication, you should be talking to your doctor, weigh those risks and benefits, but there's so few things that will actually have an effect on baby that you're taking. And definitely if there's a question, then you should contact your doctor, contact an IBCLC, and we can kind of work through that and find the appropriate resources for you.
So for someone, a new mom or someone who's pregnant right now, or even just had a baby and they're like, I've never even heard of a lactation consultant. I don't know, what were you going to show me and teach me that I can't do?
Yeah, so we can help with everything. So milk supply issues, if you have too much milk, not enough milk, sore nipples, that's such a common one, recurrent infections, engorgement, plug ducts, mastitis. We can provide you with proper referrals. We'll do assessments for allergies, infections, even we get a lot of training on tongue tie assessments. So we can give you those appropriate referrals to your pediatrician, your doctor, pediatric dentist, chiropractor, whatever is going to be the most beneficial for you. We help with adoptive parents, so relactation, induced lactation, LGBTQ families, a lot of adoptive parents, and they kind of want that bonding experience, and we can find ways to help them through that. So yeah, we do so much, just assessing nutrition, baby weight gain issues. There's really no end. It was when I started looking into being an IBCLC, actually my friend and colleague, Michelle Gagne, was studying to become an IBCLC, and I was just learning the things that she was studying, and the depth of knowledge is insane. Even at that time, I had been in healthcare, maternal health for almost 10 years by then, and even I was amazed just how many things affect lactation and breastfeeding. And so yeah, Michelle has her own private practice as well, little nursing company. And so we just want to really elevate the profession. And yeah, because not a lot of people know what we do and how we can help and where to find us. So it's just a really good supportive community. And there are a lot out there. It's out there. Yeah.
It's fascinating to me. I mean, I would have called, I Googled a few things and I was like, whatever. And
Yeah.
it really is that judgment. And I think women are trying really hard not to have that. You can have an opinion on either side, and I'm not going to say one way or the other.
Yeah.
I know what my path was and where that went, but I didn't know this existed. So it's really important to get that information if they need it. And talking about that, is there a specific budget or something that families should prepare for something like this? You always want to be a little bit ahead of the game when you're bringing in a new person, because man, they definitely add to the bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. So right now, for a lot of there are publicly funded lactation clinics. So there is a long wait time. I think a lot of them are averaging about 3 weeks. It's always changing. And so that'll be covered by your Alberta Healthcare. And then a lot of us, like myself, private practice IBCLCs. And so with a lot of us, because I'm a registered nurse, a lot of Blue Cross, you can submit for reimbursement for a home visit from an RN. And we're also doing a lot of the telehealth right now. So like this, we could do virtual consults and home visits. So the virtual consults are a lower price point. I also do a prenatal breastfeeding class. So that's $100. And then we kind of go through it. It's just a conversation, but with like slides and handouts. And so a lot of information there. And then we can do a consult on here. And then I can do a home visit. And we do a weight on baby. We do a pre-feed weight, post-feed weight. So we kind of have an idea of how much breast milk baby's getting. I watch a feed. It takes, usually I'm in the home for 2 hours, a good 2 hours, kind of watching, assessing, going through the full health history. And that's around $250.
It's really reasonable what you get. When we're talking tips, just so you know, because you're the expert here, let's get your expert brain going. Are you ready?
Oh, okay.
What are some basic tips you can give people that are kind of in that position or worried, scared about what's to come?
For expecting parents?
Expecting. We'll go into ones who have babies in a sec.
Yeah. So you know what? The prenatal breastfeeding classes, a lot of us offer them. They're out there. That's a great resource, because it can put a lot of those stresses at ease. And this can be the next 6 months to 2 years of your life of breastfeeding, and to know the options out there, to get the accurate information. One of the big things out there is just there's so much misinformation, and it's so hard to sift through it all. And there's a lot of contradictory opinions out there. There's a lot of different from family members, from online sources, a lot of different generational opinions, cultural opinions. And so you're going to hear different things. And a lot of women even tell me in the hospital, within one visit, oh, this nurse told me one thing, this nurse told me something completely different. And it's, it's a big issue because there just hasn't been a lot of research. Really, we don't know a lot about breastfeeding, even though it's been around since the beginning of civilization. There's
you guys get to be those guides for people.
Yeah.
So beyond that, tips for women who have newborn babies, what can I do right now to just maybe help?
You know what, my top 3 things, and I even tell this to myself, because a lot of times when I'm teaching people, you get in your head all these different factors, what's going on. Top thing, feed the baby. So if you're struggling, feed the baby, whatever. If you have formula, if you have pumped breast milk, whatever, feed with a bottle, a spoon, a cup, whatever you need to do to get nutrition into your baby. That's number 1. Second is protect your milk supply. So if you want to keep on feeding, you want to still be at least pumping or expressing at least 8 times a day. That includes during the night, usually 1 time. Those night feeds are pretty important. And then the last thing is to preserve the breast focus. So do a cuddle time with baby, do a warm bath, make it a nice, safe, happy place to be. Because a lot of times when you're having feeding difficulties, it's so stressful. And again, like your letdown reflex, that's your milk ejection reflex, that's precipitated by oxytocin. So like that feel good hormone. If you're stressed, it's not going to work. So, and it impacts baby also. So just make it a nice, calm environment. Feed the baby anything, whatever you got, formula, express milk, preserve your breast focus and protect your supply. Really, those are the main things. And ask for help because we're out there.
You are absolutely out there. I think the whole concept is so fascinating. I absolutely wish I would have known that you guys were out there, but just to have that, to know that we have those supports in our city. And I'm sure a lot of people do know, they're going, oh, Des, you should know these things. But many people don't know that you guys are out there and it is readily available just at your fingertips, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So where can people find you and how can they get a hold of you?
Okay, so I am at www.milkbudlactation.ca. You can email me at Sheena, SHEENA, at milkbudlactation.ca. There's a contact page on my website. You can call me 780-266-3700. It's easy to find me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time today. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
It was a lot of fun and I learned a lot. I really do. And as parents, when they're that little, it's so long, right? The nights are long and the mornings are long, everything's long. But it's absolutely true when they say that the days are long, but the years go by so fast.
Yes, for sure.
Giving that joy back to families is a vital component to this because my daughter turned 7 in a couple of days and that's how it's just gone.
It just flies. Yeah.
So enjoy it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much.